I'm Jesse, and this is my wife, Kirsten. So we're a husband and wife team, but we don't work together. We are a team for our family. I have my own heating and air conditioning business. We have another business for some real estate as well. So we have to work as a team. We're our primary teammates for our family.
Everything except work? Yeah.
Everything except work. So I wanted for us to be on the same page, and then I think we grow from there.
Exactly.
My employees, the projects we're working on, I think will just benefit, and that's what I was hoping to get out of it.
Having come here with him, I'm very glad that I did, because he would be in a completely different place than I would be, and there's no way for me to be able to catch up without doing this myself. So this was this was a birthday present that turns out it was a present for both of us. So.
Yeah. I think for me, what I really learned is, it brought into focus some health issues, and when I say that, fitness, things like that I knew were a problem, but I can quantify that now in a way that is not necessarily flattering to me. But it also shows me where I need to improve. And there wasn't a single task that was more of an individual task or like a small team, me and my swim mate task that we didn't complete. So there's still a lot there, but there's still a lot of room for growth and to take that up a bit. So I think that was probably the biggest takeaway that I had for me personally, as well as I think it'll take some time, but bringing into focus what are those core things that I really enjoy and that I'm passionate about, and I need to figure out how to apply them and really bring them into my business, particularly, but also more generally, across all the things that we're working on.
The event went it was kind of what I expected in terms of the things that they asked us to do in terms of the tasks. The physical was, again, a wake-up call, right? I knew I had not been taking care of my body in the way that it wants to be taken care of, and it had been sending me subtle signals, and today, or over the course of the weekend, all the lights were flashing. So that was a big takeaway.
Check engine light.
Something, that is very easy to fix, right? In theory, right? You just do the work. And I think one of the other big takeaways for me is focus is something that is easy to lose. And so just being able to stay committed, stay focused, and always have the why in the back of your mind, because the why is the most important part. If you believe in what you're doing and you commit to it and it's important to you, then you'll follow through. So they gave us a lot of tools here to be able to do that, and I'm looking forward to being each other's accountability partners, right? So this would be a lot harder if it was something you were doing on your own. So,
and I think I knew that. That's why I asked you
to
come.
Good call.
Thank you. We have a stop on our way home, and I plan to get up, and I don't know how much of a run or how much movement I'll be able to really pull off, but I'm going to do something, because that's where it starts. Regardless of the discomfort, don't give it a voice, and even a bad workout is better than none. Even a half step forward is better than no step forward, whether that's on health or some of the other things that we've taken away from this. So we can't let ourselves fall backwards. We have to fall forwards on this.
And I think for me, we have 2 kids at home, and so I think this will be a good opportunity for us to make sure that we're giving each other the space we need to do the things we need to do to become better teammates to each other. So, we can both go for a run tomorrow morning at the same time, but the day after that, we got to make time for both of us to be able to do that. And that's going to take even greater discipline on both of our parts to support each other in the things that we're trying to do.
Yep. And taking the hiccups that happen along the way until we can find a new path, a new normal. So I met Steve several times over the past couple of years at other events, and I hit it off. I liked him. from the start, I liked his personality, and he's got a certain charm that made him memorable, made him someone that I sought out when we were at events together to have a chat with. So when I learned about Trades Talk, I kind of kept my eye on it for probably over a year before I joined. I think I'm the newest member here. Really, I realized that some of the other guys that were in Trades Talk I also knew and had some connections with. So I joined. Any type of thing like this, there's kind of a leap of faith, right? But when you have at least some information, you've got to take that leap too, just like everything else we've done. And obviously, within a few months, here I am. And you have a core group of guys, because it's not just Steve. It's all the other guys that show up every Friday and talk and spend and dedicate that time to be there with one another. But then it's also the fact that we communicate on a more regular basis outside of just those calls. It's not just a thing we do one day a week. We all took time to be away from families and our business to be together and to do these things. So it's something a little different. We are trying to build different companies. We are trying to be different people, better. It's a different level of commitment.
And I would say, obviously I've heard him talk about Steve and what this group is. And what I have seen is, they say a lot that being a business owner is really, really lonely. And so I'm glad that he's been able to find this community of people who can support him in that and who know what he's going through. And then meeting Steve this weekend, and just as importantly, meeting several members of his family, they are an incredible family. Every single one of them brings 110% to the table. It's extraordinary. It truly is impressive, and gives me that much more confidence in what Steve Addario brings to the world, and most specifically and most importantly to me, to my husband. So I think it has been transformational even in a short time, and I'm very grateful for the community that it provides to him, that I would have no way of providing. No one else we know really does.
No, just like having been here, you can't explain it. You're not going to explain what we do here to anybody else. So that's kind of the same thing for Trades Talk. It's hard.